Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. We have our third season now of our Bent Entertainment League starting up today. But first, of course, we got to give our credit where credit's due. Jacob Wade, known as Lil Dome, 3113. I know we talked about it last video, but once again, recognition. Makes his first Super Bowl in the Bent League in general, and his first in Madden 26. Of course, last season, the Jaguars won it 34-20. This is our second season now, going into our third season. We have John Mateer walked away with the MVP from the Jaguars. Coach of the year goes to the Jaguars. Offensive player of the year goes to the Jaguars. John Mateer again. Defensive player goes to Sauntering Perkins of the Buccaneers. They run like a heavy blitz system, so not really surprised there. Offensive rookie of the year goes to John Mateer, and defensive rookie of the year goes to Sauntering Perkins. The rookie's just dominating this season. But now back to this season. Don't have any graphics right now. I just wanted to do this really quick before anybody play their game, so let's go. We'll just come on down here to our league schedule. Kicking us off, actually, I kind of want to do this in order. Thank you, Madden. Thank you. Kicking us off will be the Commanders versus the Eagles, Thursday night prime time. Super Bowl champs versus NFC playoff contender hopefuls in the Washington Commanders. Lil Dome coming off of the Super Bowl has a really tough opponent his first week, so it's going to be a really close game. And then we go in order. Kind of want to do the 1 o'clock games first. Madden, please. All right. So our 1 o'clock games are going to be. We got Falcons Cowboys. That's Roofway versus Old Man. I believe they played each other in the regular season, and I think Falcons walked away with that one. I don't want to say for certain because I don't remember who won that matchup. The Cowboys may have walked away, but it was a really close game nonetheless. So, Joe Milton, second season under the stars, starting Atlanta Falcons. They got some pretty big names in the draft, so gonna be very close between those two. Let me move on to the Bills. We have our new user, Optimus Dimes 25, here to make his mark versus, Space Hurt, trying to go crazy. Got the defense build up, got Caleb Downs, got DK, has Jeremiah Smith, so an electric offense coming out of him. Defense probably, he wants to work on that a little bit, but he really has a test versus Optimus Dimes here, and Optimus Dimes had the chance to prove himself to the rest of the league, see what he brings to the table. Let me moving on to our Colts Dolphins. Black Gallagher, I believe he won the AFC South. I'm with bots, it's been covered a lot. Anthony Richardson trade, it happened already, so we're going to skip past it. But now Drew Aller, second season removed from his rookie season, so we're going to see if he puts the pedal to the metal or if he crumbles under the pressure. And Colts got to trade for a quarterback, but should be an entertaining matchup. Two teams that struggled, even though the Dolphins made the playoffs, they made it at about, I think, 8-9, 7-10. Colts didn't make the playoffs. I believe they finished around 5-12, 4-12, somewhere around that range, 4-13. So it'll be interesting. Then we have Raiders Browns. Drewski facing a CPU, but we all know CPUs are hard to beat. I know that myself. And Drewski has the Browns, building them up. Had the number 1 pick last year and this year, so I'm sure he has a good farm system going on over there with his picks getting to develop. Steelers Ravens, the classic rivalry. We got an older brother. Of Lil Dome facing the older or younger brother of ATGK1. I can't remember, so maybe some family rivalry there just a little bit. We got Nick Arbor, Fernando Mendoza. We rave about that combo enough. Everybody wanted Nick Arbor last year. Steelers ended up getting them and got Fernando Mendoza. And of course, you can't forget Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. They did lose Trenton Simpson. Ravens not really able to re-sign anybody last season, so they lost some of their better weapons in Trenton Simpson, who was an X-Factor linebacker. But we'll see how he recovers. Jets Patriots, of course, we know Jets is still broken. Shout out Madden, shout out EA. So Ocho will be winning that one. We got another CPU matchup. I don't know who's gonna win that one, but somebody might. We got Matt Danello versus the Vikings. Made it to the Super Bowl, even though it was a CPU. He made it to the Super Bowl. Hoping to build back on that and come to the Super Bowl. I'm sure he'll play this game, so looking to see if he is gonna win that. Let me have Another CPU game here, I-Pxeidon. But I-Pxeidon, you know, everybody's looking at him because why? Because he traded Marvin Harrison away. Said, I have enough talent with my wide receiving core. I'm going to trade Marvin Harrison away. In return, got Devin Lloyd and Kayvon Thibodeau, 2 X-Factor players on defense from the Jaguars. So defense stocking up, offense, you know, Trey Benson, you know, still got the quarterback down there, Lenore Sellers. And, you know, Marvin Harrison gone, somebody got to step up. So we'll see what Dubsy turns into. I don't know. We got Carbonation versus the Chargers. Another CPU matchup. Carbonation, you know, one of the better defender users. Struggled with a lot of picks. Did have the most passing yards last season, but struggled with a decent amount of picks last season. And then we have Bangam Smurf versus Arthur the King. A crazy matchup because something major just happened. I believe the trade went through. Caleb Williams is gone. So it'll be Malik Willis versus Bo Nix in the stifling defense in Denver, which is something that was talked about earlier. Very interesting to see Caleb Williams leaving the Bears. You know, we talk about having a rookie contract quarterback, you know, X Factor, making all the plays, and to trade him away for a haul. You know, is it going to be worth it? You know, you got to wait 17, 20 weeks to know whether that pick is going to pan out or not, depending on the quarterbacks that are available in the draft. You decide to go that way. If not, even if the team you traded with wins a lot of games, then it's kind of a waste of a pick, you know, but I mean, you get 2 first rounders, you get a cornerback back, I believe, superstar X Factor. So it's going to be a tough matchup. But then we got Lions, Seahawks, Scottish Duke 95 versus Cormiga. A lot of people say Scottish Duke has the best defense on paper. Coach Duke has said that himself. So kind of want to see what make or break between those two. You know, Scottish Duke, see if he starts off strong. Cormiga, of course, has CJ Stroud, lost Jamison Williams, I do believe, in the draft, but keeps Amon Ra and Laporta. So still strong in the offensive area for him, along with Jahmyr Gibbs as well. Jahmyr Gibbs, excuse me. Got a little tongue twisted there, but yeah, so I want to see Scottish Duke. Maybe this game is live. We got Bucks, Giants. This will be game of the week. Of course it will. Can't make it up. This always has to be game of the week. Manford Hallboy once again met up in the playoffs. Hallboy took down Manford in the playoffs to advance to the NFC Championship, where he would lose to the Eagles. But nonetheless, I think this is the 3rd time they've matched up. Giants has a 2-0 victory, won by 3 or 4 points in the regular season, and then won by like 10 points or so in the playoffs. So once again, Myles Garrett is back. Myles Garrett, Suntarine Perkins, Zachariah Branch, Jeremiah Love, Jalen Hurts is gone. I believe he replaced him with DJ Lagway. So that's about three rookies on offense, and he also has the safeties on defense along Suntarine Perkins as well. So Suntarine Perkins plus Myles Garrett. Secondary, I know with the Buccaneers struggles just a little bit. And I guess a team like the Giants, you know, the Giants like to run a lot of stretch runs, a lot of inside runs. So we're going to see if Myles Garrett and Perkins are able to stop that run, or if Saquon's going to run all over them. So that'll be an interesting game to watch. Everybody should be tuning into that one. And we already covered this game, so we're going to go back up to the top here. And we have our final 2 games, Texans, Jaguars. You know, Jaguars got stifled a little bit by Patrick Mahomes' CPU. He dropped about 50 points on my head. And then Jeezy knows, of course, rebuilding that Texans team. Got fired by the Jets, so he moved on to Houston, making the impact that he can. So very, very interesting matchup. You know, Jeezy has a pretty young team. Marvin Harrison now part of the Jaguars. So that's 3 receivers that if you're a man coverage, somebody might be open. So a little bit of trouble. And then we have another good matchup I like to call Unstoppable Force versus Unmovable Wall, man. We know the Bengals love the deep vertical pass game. Everybody talks about it. A lot of these post routes, deep posts, 1v1 50-50 balls with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. And then on 49ers, you know, we talked about ranked 4th, I believe, in total defense at the end of the season last season. So he continues that, and also procured Justin Fields to establish more of that scrambling option game. You know, if your receivers get covered, Justin Fields is simply going to scramble out. Triumph is known for liking a lot of the more faster QB, so maybe wrap some playoff or quarterback runs, maybe some QB draws, maybe just go 4 verticals and sprint it up the middle. So it's going to be very interesting between those two as well. And you know, we always got to talk about our Super Bowl contenders. So of course, Jaguars, Eagles, Buccaneers, 49ers, Bengals, Giants, Chiefs, you know. We go AFC. So your AFC, of course, gonna be looking at the Jaguars, gonna be looking at the Bengals, gonna be looking at the Chiefs, gonna be looking at the Bills, possibly, you know, depending on the Broncos as well. You got the NFC, of course, Eagles trying to go back to back, 49ers, Packers, Commanders, Seahawks now with a fully rebuilt defense. And you got the Giants and the Cowboys, of course. I heard Commissioner Lab, and he didn't like not making the playoffs. You know, I heard he dropped Bannerlord. He's trying to get back in the game. So gonna be very interesting. And yeah, I mean, that's about it. Let me look at some of our players here, you know. Like I said, we got our rookies. We got Jeremiah Smith over here for the Titans. Already got the X Factor. Good to the Eagles. You know, he has plenty of rookies. He plays through rookies all the time. You know, he got Corey Perch. You know, he got Ryan Williams, of course, with a 96-99. Corey Perch, 6'1", 91, 95 with a 90 change of direction. You know, plenty of good picks. You know, Buccaneers as well. We talked about how good his roster is. Has Myles Garrett, Kyle Williams with X Factor, Trenton Wirfs, Jeremiah Love, league's #2 rusher last season, Suntarine Perkins, #1 sack leader. And look, Myles Garrett, Suntarine Perkins, and you got Dylan Stewart on the edge as well. That's vicious, along with Kobe Turner. That's one of the best defenses in the league. But you know who got something to say about that? Scottish Duke. Listen, you got DeMarcus Lawrence. I mean, not DeMarcus Lawrence. You got Sexy Dexy, Danielle Hunter from the Texans trade. You got Tariq Woolen. You got KJ Bolden, the new free safety. You trade away Emmanuel Ray. You get him back. You got Keldrick Falk, who you got last year in the draft. Jabril Peppers is no slouch either. You can play him at sub linebacker or linebacker. You got Malone Ordell. They got another rookie. I'm trying to find him if I can find him. Yeah, Cordero Flawed. I believe they're trying to trade him away right now. It is a solid team. Brandon Cook. Well, this is the great starting four. You got Bear Alexander already at 82. Like, it's a good roster, man. It is a great roster. Some of the best defenses on paper. Trent McDuffin, Tyreek Woolen, Mansour Delane, Cordell Flott, Marcus Jones, KJ Bolden, Jabril Peppers, Jordan Battle. It's just beautiful roster build up from him. And of course, you know, people talk about, you know, they always say Poseidon. You always said you got a bad team. So we could talk about my team too. We got John Mateer, you got CJ Baxter, you got Brian Thomas, Marvin Harrison, Makai Lemon. You know, you got Delp. He's a little bit slow, but he'll do. You got the rookies out here, you know, a little weak in the front four, but in the secondary is going to try to make up for it. We got the rookie, we got Leah Fowl, and then we have Travis Hunter has fully moved to cornerback. Now that Marvin Harrison is on the team, we're just going to run him at gadget. Then we got Adon Schuler as well, the new rookie, but Dane Belton will be starting in strong safety. Adon will be playing linebacker, you know. Texans have a pretty good roster as well. Very strong roster coming out of him. You know, now he has Jalen Milroe, has his super fast quarterback that he always wanted, has Derek Stingley, Will Anderson Jr. got rid of Danielle Hunter, but he got Jalen Milroe back. So then they got Vita Vea, Nico Collins, Devon Achane as well, super fast running back. So he's building that team up one step at a time. Also dropped money on also dropped a bag on Tyler Smith. So hey, he got a team too. Everybody got a team, strong defense out of him. So it's a competition in the AFC just like it is in the NFC. So anybody can lose it at any given moment. Everybody's building up their team. So yeah, that's about it. So from me to you, we can see, Brandon, how you got signed by the Raiders CPU, but that's about it. So from me to you, there's a quick little summary I got of the week and how it's gonna go, and that's about it. I will see y'all, see Jeezy this weekend. I'll try to get some clips out of everybody, Send me your Twitch clips. It's way easier. It makes the videos go by way faster. But yeah, salute to y'all. Y'all have a good one. Peace.